Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to FPL Don't Panic. Just going to do a very, very quick video this morning. I had intended to do this yesterday, and then saw the news on Jota. Beyond tragic. Yes, just beyond tragic. When anyone dies, it's obviously a devastating, tragic thing. But there is something about it, isn't there? When someone you just feel connected to these guys. You follow them. Whether they're in RFPL teams or whether you're a Liverpool supporter. It's just like, yeah, when you're connected, and it does it hits, and someone so young, kids, his brother. No words, no words. Just thoughts and support for family, friends, for everyone at Liverpool Football Club. From the players, the staff, um, management. Absolutely devastating, absolutely devastating. So just all our thoughts and everything with anyone connected to him. But yeah, I was absolutely gutted when I woke up yesterday morning and saw that. I messaged my Liverpool supporting mate Chris back in New Zealand straight away, mate. I said, mate, unbelievable. Unbelievable. So yeah, didn't do a video yesterday, and it's kind of ironic that this is the one I was planning to do. The case for the 90-minute men, because Jota was in my team a few times last year, and people would say, "Oh, is rotation risk, rotation risk." I said, "Yeah, it's Jota. Good fixtures. He just got for 30. He'll get me a goal." He did. Fabulous player. Really was a fabulous player. So heart goes out to anyone connected to him. Absolutely tragic. Anyway, so I will keep this one quick this morning. I'm going to be on the move again. My little stint in Sligo, my little Irish tour continues as we move to Athlone, to a nice place in Athlone, for 2 or 3 weeks. Not right in the centre of Ireland. So if there's any of my subscribers, because we're going to have the game released soon, right in the centre of Ireland. We're going to have the game has been updated at the moment, so it's going to be released soon. So if anyone wants to get together for a pint and maybe do a pre-season draft, come on the program. We do a pre-season draft to get together. Be very, very happy if there's any of my subscribers around Ireland. I know we've got a few around, so yeah, let me know. Love to catch up. Absolutely love to catch up. And Athlone is very, very nice and accessible, nice and central. And obviously, I'd be happy to take a drive myself to catch up somewhere. Right. Okay. This one. Going to keep it quick, guys. I'm just not in the mood. I'm going to have to, between Jota and between this bloody drive I've got to do in the pouring rain. Um, not in the greatest frame of mind today. Not in the greatest frame of mind today. But I did want to do this video, as we're going to be obviously doing real drafts soon. The importance of the 90-minute men, and I think this first graph I've got up here speaks for itself. I got the impression last year, my God, times when I thought my game week was going to be a disaster. 30 minutes to go, a few teams playing, and then all of a sudden game week transformed as gold flew in that last 30 minutes, and indeed in that last 10 minutes. And I thought there's a real pattern there. And yeah, this I found this online. Showing the sort of the goals that are actually scored in different segments of the game, and it's pretty apparent there. You want your players on the pitch for that last 15 minutes. 252 goals. The next highest there is 195 in the 31st to 45 minutes. So it's coming towards that half time and full time when that ante gets upped and when mistakes are made. Maybe the concentration levels dip a little. Or teams are just pushing to get that vital goal just before the break, or obviously pushing for an equaliser or a winner. And those are the big areas where goals are scored. And if you actually add up the last 30, 170 goals, 61 to 75, and 250 goals, 252 goals, 76 to 90. So I think when we're doing our drafts, I know it's going to be a tricky one this year. There's been so many movements of players around. The usual 90-minute men going to be 90-minute men, and players that spring to mind, and I know it's an ongoing transfer saga. I think maybe I jinxed it 2 or 3 weeks ago when I said with Mbumo, if anyone's going to mess it up, United will mess it up, and my God, they're making a saga out of that, aren't they? It does look like it will happen though, but will Mbumo be a 90-minute man? You'd always expect Salah to be a 90-man. Fernandes, Bruno, imagine he'll be a 90-minute man. Bowen. Who are the 90-minute players? And I think that's something I'll be looking very, very closely at my drafts. who are going to be the 90-minute players that are going to be there on the pitch at the death, time after time, that will get you those returns and transform your game week. Like I said, there's times when I was sitting on something stupid like 35, 36, 37 points and 30 minutes to go and still managed to scrape that 70 when I thought, that's the game week, I'm fucked. I'm absolutely fucked. And it turned out to be okay. So very much just a food for thought one. I'm going to do one of my next drafts when we've actually got the real game and I start to do a real draft, this sort of real team. We'll talk more to this point. Conversely on this as well, I know this sounds weird, do we mind so much if a defender's getting taken off at 60 minutes if he's got the clean sheet under his belt? I know that I have had times last year where I caught the clean sheet. I remember one specifically where Trent, of all people, was actually taken off on 61, and then Liverpool conceded and caught his clean sheet. But it happened a few times. That's just the one that springs to mind immediately. But I know that happened a few times where I had a defender come off, and then caught the clean sheet because they conceded in that last 30. So conversely, I'm not as worried about it from a defensive point of view. As long as you know you're going to get the 60 plus minutes, and you haven't got a manager that sort of tends to take off at 58 minutes, which is very frustrating. Been caught by that as well, of course. So a little bit of information just for your consumption. I'm a little bit rambly this morning, so mine's still on things. So that's a little bit of information there. If we look at very, very quickly, there's another graph you guys might want to take a screenshot of, and this might help a little bit when you are doing your drafts. That's another one I dug out from somewhere. I'll make this one a bit bigger. My eyes are not, I have not got good morning eyes. I have not got good morning eyes. A bit bigger so I can actually see it myself. Get you out of the way. You're done. Yes, what are the teams that maybe we want to? So that's obviously goals scored and conceded. By segment. In red is where I think it's where they've got whether in minus for the goals scored conceded. In green is where they've scored more goals than conceded, and of course it's it's the top teams there that come to the top there. Particularly sort of look at you look at any of those. You look at any of those, and you can really see. You can see the pattern there. I'm not going to go through all this and bore you to death. But you can clearly see sort of those top teams, particularly like the Liverpools, etc., and the amount of goals that they actually score in that last 30, and it's fairly consistent. If you look at Arsenal, what have we got there? Yeah, the last 10 goals scored, 4 goals conceded in the last 10, which is clearly higher. Apart from Arsenal, yeah, to be fair, 51 to 60 was still pretty good for goals scored. But in general, there you can actually see in that last sort of 30 minutes where a lot of goals are scored. And for some of the not so good teams, and we've obviously still got Ipswich and Leicester in there. There's last year's numbers. Teams would definitely want to avoid having defenders in our team that are conceding in those last 30. So that's it, guys. A little bit of a rambly one. Not in the mood today. I did want to get this one out there, and I did want to say something about Jota. So listen, I think I'll probably be offline now for a couple of days while we're just getting this moving, settling into a flow. By the looks of it, we'll have the game released fairly soon. So maybe next time I'm back, we've actually got we actually do have the game released, real pricing, and we can get down to the business of the day, FPL 25-26. In the meantime, take care, have fun, play your own game, stay safe, don't panic. See you soon. Bye-bye.